one of my subscribers, I can't remember who sent this to me because this file actually got corrupted and I had to re-record it, unfortunately. But shout out to the person that sent this to me. So in case y'all don't know what you're looking at a picture of, this is a Chinese wet market. And let me tell you something right now. If you type that into the Google search, it is one of the most disgusting sights you will ever see. For those of you who are animal lovers or vegans, it's probably in your best interest to not type that into the search bar because you're going to be immediately turned off and you may even want to vomit. It's that nasty. And I had to find what I could believe to be the cleanest picture to use on here because of where I'm putting it at. But in case y'all are feeling risky, y'all can go onto Google Images and type in the Chinese wet market, or you can just simply take my word for it. So basically what a Chinese wet market is basically an area where they sell raw meat. And I'm talking about so raw, in fact, that it probably just got done cooking. Now, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because over there in China, the Chinese government is talking about, if they have not done so already, of reopening the Chinese wet markets. Mind you, the Chinese wet markets is why we are in the position we are right now with this Wuhan, because that's where it came from. And they're talking about reopening it. My guess is the Chinese wet markets brings in a lot of economical industry for them over there. But at the same time, this is how this virus got out. And when I tell you, they have cooked everything over there from chickens, dogs, cats, bats, rats. Like, they cook, if that thing has 4 legs, is furry, and could probably live in the house, under a sewer, in the sewer, eats out of a dumpster, or anything like that, they probably cooked it. They probably have snake hanging up there, eel, all of that just hanging in the window. And it is so nasty. One of the most disgusting images I saw was actually a video, was where this Asian man or Chinese man, probably over in Wuhan, was frying a dog on this hot platter, and the dog was still barking while it was being fried on the platter. I couldn't get off that video fast enough. And when you see some of the images on here, it is absolutely disgusting. Like, I'm looking at this picture right now, but at the top left corner of this picture, you can't see because it's off screen, is like a whole bunch of dead rats just stacked and piled on top of each other, like they're at the city dump. But they're not going to the dump, they're going onto someone's plate. Now, like I told you, this is how it's getting back out there, but this is how the virus got out. And now they have that hantavirus, also known as the rat virus, speaking of a rat, going out there. And like I said, it's the Chinese New Year, and this year's representation is the rat. I think they've cooked everything that the Chinese New Year represents, as far as, you know, what they'll consider to be a delicacy. Ever notice that when something is considered to be a delicacy, it's usually very, very, very disgusting? But the point of the matter is that they are planning to reopen the scene of the crime so more stuff could possibly get out there. Like, why would you reopen a wet market or any place that was known for putting a global pandemic out there? Literally probably a couple weeks after it really got shoved out into the world. Now, mind you, it started back in November. It was like a slow rollout. But then when March came in, it went full throttle. And you want to put this back out there. Mind you, it's people that's going to be under this quarantine all the way up until the latest I heard was July. That's more than half the year. Well, that's more than half the year gone, minus, January and February. But, you get what I mean. That's, let's see, the end of like the last half of March, April, May, June, July. You're talking about a good 3.5, almost 4 months under a quarantine. And they want to open this back up to the world. If this virus did not do anything else, it has exposed how filthy and dirty China is. If it didn't do anything else, that's what it did. I remember when I was in school, there was a joke that was going around when I was a freshman in college back in 2007. And when we came back in '08 for my sophomore year, we said we used to see all these stray cats at throughout our freshman year. And when we came back, we never saw them anymore. And ironically, there were two Chinese carryouts near our school that we used to go to. And we was like, I wonder if they got a hold of those cats and they cooked them while nobody was here. Now, we just laughed and joked about it at the time. But when you think about this right here and you're seeing this imagery, I don't think that was a joke. I think that probably actually did happen. Because think about it, nobody's around. They could have just went and, there's no students, so the campus is empty. They could have went and got whatever and caught them and went and took them back into the kitchen and butchered them and sold it. Cooked it and sold it. You never really know. I remember seeing an image where someone had got some chicken or something like that, and it looked like a dead rat or some kind of rat got cooked up in the chicken or into the food of some sort. I'm like, chicken shouldn't be having a tail coming out the back of the chicken like that. So I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised. But they're literally reopening the scene of a crime, in my honest opinion. They are opening a can of worms again while in the midst of also fighting off another strain of a different virus that hopefully doesn't get mixed up with that. And then imagine them sending two viruses out at the same time. We would be doomed. We're in a bad position right now as it is. And they want to go back to square one because they probably, like I said, that's probably hurting their economy right now. But they want to reopen that. I even heard that they tried to reopen their movie theaters over there. And I think it only happened or lasted a day or even less than a day, and they closed it back. Now, if they're going to close back, or they're going to close down their movie theaters again, why would you open back up a wet market that was the source of how this virus got out there? Somebody please out there help me make it make sense. But, I guess it is what it is. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on Twitter if you haven't done so already. Have your notifications turned on. And I'll talk to you in the next one.